Year 2 of the YouTube channel has been incredible. We've seen some amazing species, gone on some awesome trips, and I've made some of my favorite videos to date. Well, in this video, we are recounting the top 10 birding encounters of 2025, including a few you have not yet even seen on this channel. I'm really excited to go through this list with you, but first, let's take a look back at 2025 as a whole. Welcome back, everyone. It is January 1st, 2025. Good morning and welcome to another Rio Grande birding adventure. Okay, we are at our last location of the Wisconsin trip. All right, welcome back. I am now in Maine at the... Hey everyone, welcome to a Southern Utah camping and birding adventure. So we've made it to the Hummingbird Sanctuary. We are on a fun birthday birding adventure today. You're seeing the difficulty of finding birds at a ski resort real time up in these high areas. But it's the backyard bird count weekend, that's all that matters. I'm here at the lower Rio Grande Valley, the very southern point of Texas. Behind me, as you can see, and just absolutely unbelievable views. I hope you enjoyed that montage. It was a lot of fun to put together, but without further ado, let's get into the list. In reverse order, of course, I'm saving the best for last. At number 10 of my best birding encounters of 2025, we have the roseate spoonbill. Now this was a bird that I saw in the lower Rio Grande Valley back in February at South Padre Island. I was looking off over their boardwalks and got some awesome views of this bird. This one makes it onto my list because it is such a unique color that you don't see in a bird very often. Pink is not super common, at least here in North America. And it was just a beautiful bird and super unique with that spoonbill shape, and it makes number 10 on the list. Getting into number 9, we are looking at a European species. Now you might remember this video from way back earlier in the year. This was a rare bird stakeout for a European gull, the black-headed gull. This was an awesome moment because it was a lifer with me. I was birding with 3 friends, and this is a bird that people and some of my friends from Europe might not think is super cool because they see it all the time, but it's incredibly rare for it to come to Utah. I think it was only the 3rd time it had ever shown up here. I mean, it's crazy to think a bird that is normally seen in Europe and its ranges in Europe made it all the way here to an inland state in Utah. So check out my reaction from this moment. Wow, we got the black-headed gull. That is a crazy bird for us. Like I was saying, it's a Eurasian species that shows up occasionally in the US, but more on the East Coast. That is lifer number 252, I believe, for me. 350 for Jordan. So pretty awesome bird for everyone. We're all pretty stoked and jacked. What a bird. Number 8 on the list is the rough-legged hawk. Now this bird takes number 8 spot because it was a nemesis bird that I finally conquered. I made, I think, 2 or 3 videos trying to find a rough-legged hawk. I just thought it was such a cool looking bird, and I really wanted to do some video work with some of the raptors, and this bird was supposed to be the highlight, but I just could not find it. No matter how many times I went out to look for it, I just missed and missed. And then finally one day birding at Farmington Bay, I saw it perched on a sign off in the distance, and that was just incredible. Now number 7 was a really special moment. Jordan, Cossum, and I in Oregon came across a barred owl and its baby. We actually saw the baby first even before finding the mom. I turned to the right and it was right there. I did not realize how close I was to it just by accident. So we took our steps back and then started filming and got some amazing footage of these 2 birds. Take a look. Number 6 is the greater sage grouse. This is a bird that's very special to Utah. They have certain lekking grounds here where they come to mate every single year, and this was my first time ever seeing this bird back in April. I think it was April. Actually, it was March. So we woke up super early. I think I was up around 4:30 a.m. because we wanted to get to the lekking ground before the sun came up so we could position our car, not move to disturb their mating displays, and we could just observe them in their natural habitat. Really, really cool moment, and I will always remember this cold morning in the car seeing these amazing birds. Number 5 is the first species you have not yet seen on this channel. I wasn't making a video around this one, but I of course still had my camera with me. Number 5 is the boreal owl. Now boreal owls are pretty hard to find in Utah. They're only in a few select spots, and even when you go there you have to get lucky. This one makes it onto my list because we tried a full night for them and just nothing. No calls, not a peep, no rustling in the trees. And then we went out again and it was looking like it was gonna be the same situation this time. We were just not having any luck, and then all of a sudden one called in the tree just a couple of trees away from us, and we got these looks at it. This was a lifer for me. It just felt like all of our hard work paid off, and it was such a cool feeling finally seeing this owl that it gets number 5 on the list. For number 4, I'm going to take you back to the lower Rio Grande Valley. I of course saw so many amazing birds here, and the best one from the lower Rio Grande Valley, in my opinion, was the ringed kingfisher. Now I didn't get amazing looks at this bird. It was across the river, but it was just still so cool. It is a huge kingfisher compared to the green kingfisher and the belted kingfisher that are also there, and it's got a like bronze orangish belly that's very stunning in the sunlight. I also got to watch it dive, swoop down to try and grab a fish, and that was awesome too. So the ringed kingfisher is number 4. Moving along to number 3, we have another bird you've not yet seen on the channel, though if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen this photo. This is the long-eared owl in the number 3 spot. Now I don't have any video of this bird because the encounter was just so fleeting. And to tell you a little bit about the story, Jordan and I were birding at Antelope Island, and we stopped at Gar Ranch looking for a lot of birds like warblers and other fall migrants coming through this notable hotspot. And as we were kind of making our way through the forest, a big bird swooped up and perched on a tree, which is not uncommon. There's lots of great horned owls often in the area, and that's what we thought it was immediately. But we looked a little closer and we saw the tufts sticking up, and we were just blown away. Jordan immediately pulls up his camera, he starts doing video, I start firing away photos. It looked right at us, and I was really happy with the shot I got of it. This moment was really, really insane because this bird is really hard to find, and I have a lot of birding friends, sorry Caleb, that have not yet seen this bird, and they've gone out many a times looking for it. And Jordan and I were just doing a normal day of birding, not even expecting to see it, and this moment came right in front of us. It was just unbelievable. I mean, we were just so shell-shocked, honestly. All right, top 2, and both of these top 2 birds are from our Oregon trip. Number 2, the tufted puffin. Now the tufted puffin is so high on my list because this is probably the best bird for my favorite birding day of the year. This is my first time coastal birding. We picked up so many different lifers, and this bird was the best of the bunch. Just a super unique species that's like totally different from a lot of the other shorebirds and ducks and seabirds that you normally see, and one that's very iconic that people go there specifically to try and find it, and we were fortunate enough to come across it and see it. So check out the moments of seeing the tufted puffin. There's people there, birders. Oh my goodness, this view. That brings us to number 1, and if you are an avid follower of the channel, I think you know what bird I'm about to bring up here. The number 1 bird and my favorite birding encounter of 2025 is the great gray owl. So Jordan, Ricardo, Cossum, and I spent a few days camping in some of the national forests of Oregon in spots that are known to be good locations for great gray owls. And we struggled. We spent a lot of time trying to find this bird. We scoured various areas of the national forest, looking up all the trees in every single spot. We split up to cover more ground, and we just put in so much effort. And we really thought it wasn't going to happen. Our spirits were starting to fade, and then we saw it. I should clarify, Cossum saw it and called us to join him as quick as we could. Thankfully, we made it in time. Didn't get the best of views at first through the very tightest of like holes in the brush of the trees and the branches, but still that was an amazing sight nonetheless. And even if the views weren't incredible, we were still so thankful that we got to see that bird that we worked so hard for. And just as the daylight was fading too, it did fly directly overhead a few of us, and I got a couple more shots of it. Still not great stuff, but I was just still so happy to have witnessed this bird. And it was really the culmination of an amazing Oregon trip. Just so many good feelings, so many good memories, and we got to celebrate around the fire after that encounter later that evening. So yeah, the number 1 spot for me was the great gray owl, for sure. I hope you enjoyed recounting some of my favorite moments of the year with me. This video was so fun to put together, and I just feel really, really grateful for all the memories and encounters and the people I met, and just the amazing wildlife I got to see. Just so many good feelings for the year. It was an amazing 2025. Being a birding and wildlife YouTuber really can take you to some cool places and lead you to some amazing moments. And I'm so glad I get to share the journey with all of you. And I would not be able to do that if it wasn't for you. So I appreciate you coming along with me throughout the whole year. If you were there for every single video or even just a part of them, seriously, thank you so much. Now before we wrap up this video, a sneak peek into 2026. I know some of you like to hear about the behind the scenes look of how I think about YouTube, how birding YouTube really is. Well, whenever a new year comes up, you get really excited of what's to come. You start thinking of new project ideas and you get pretty ambitious. Same kind of thing with any New Year's resolution where you're just like so jacked up to start working out or try out this new hobby or do something. There's, for some reason, just a lot of motivation at turning a new page and starting another chapter. I have some really insane adventures lined up. So this year I had gone to the lower Rio Grande Valley, Oregon, Maine, Connecticut, home to see my family in Wisconsin. But I think 2026 is gonna beat it, which is pretty nuts to say with some of those adventures that I did this year. Now, one trip I will preview a little bit for you is I'm 90% sure I'm gonna be going to Southeast Arizona in the early parts of May with Jordan and maybe a few others. I'm really pumped for the prospect of that because there are some incredible birds there that cannot be found anywhere else in the US. And the other 2 trips I'm not gonna spoil, but I will tell you that I think I'm gonna get the opportunity to bird outside of the United States for the very first time. If you don't wanna miss those, make sure you subscribe. And the other aspect of looking into 2026 is thinking a little more deeply about how I want to approach birding YouTube and doing YouTube and content as a whole. My first couple of years of YouTube was all just about repetitions, trying my best to put the systems in place to be able to post content regularly, get used to editing, improve my skills with that, get better at using my camera and start to improve some of my filmmaking things, slowly build up the gear that allows me to really streamline the process of creating an entire YouTube video, because there's really a lot that goes into it. And now with all that experience under my belt, I do feel a lot better about going into 2026 and being more intentional about what I want to create. I feel as if I can think more strategically about making a really solid video and doing the best things I can to make a video succeed and reach more audiences, expand this amazing hobby of birding and wildlife filmmaking to more people. I'm gonna experiment with some new videos in the new year. I am still gonna make lots of birding vlogs, of course, because they're one of my favorite things to do, but I'm hoping to do some other kinds of stuff too. The opportunities are honestly endless, and I'm excited to really propel myself forward coming into the new year. And then the last thing I'll mention too, as part of being an online creator and trying to build my Hawk in the Lens brand, I recognize that there is somewhat of a need to build a presence on some other platforms too. And so I do plan on dedicating a little more time next year into something like Instagram and TikTok. So if you don't yet, please go follow me on those platforms. I post a lot of pictures on Instagram, and I post a couple of short form content pieces on both Instagram and TikTok. I think they're really fun. I love making them too. I think you'd also love them if you love this channel. So go give me a follow over there, because I'm gonna have some other projects dedicated solely for those platforms in 2026. And since you're here with me, interested in how I'm thinking about this strategy stuff, I'll give you a sneak preview into one of those content series that I'm gonna be starting on both of those platforms. Take a look. I'm trying to see every Wingspan card in real life. This is Wingspan. In my opinion, it is one of the best board games out there, and it just so happens to be birding themed. One of the main components of Wingspan are its bird cards that you play. Each card has a bird on it, like this ruddy duck here, and every single card is a different bird. For a bird to count for me, I need to get a photo or video of it, some kind of media, and it needs to be found in the wild. Cannot be in the zoo, cannot be trapped. I'm super excited to start this. I'll see you tomorrow for episode 1. I really think this trying to see every Wingspan card in the deck could offer me some new opportunities, but I think it's just gonna be so dang fun to make, and I'm excited for it. But that's it. If you stuck around till the end of this video, I really appreciate you. Thank you again so much for supporting me and watching my content. You guys are the best, seriously. I hope you have an awesome holiday season, get to spend some time with your family, or do some things you love, like birding. But as always, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. Happy birding.